welcome back to Cask 529. I'm Brian.
And I'm Shona.
And tonight, Shona's put together a kind of a cool little episode with Thanksgiving being just a couple days away. The Christmas shopping season is obviously right on its heels. So one of the things that we seem to always be tasked with every year at Christmas time is, what do I get for my boss for Christmas?
Yes.
And so Shona has done a little research on what bosses want.
Right. So I surveyed over the last couple weeks. I surveyed 24 bourbon drinkers that are in leadership positions to find out what bourbons they would appreciate the most as gifts from their employees. And I did ask them to keep two things in mind. As we know, as bourbon drinkers, some bourbons that we really want are really hard to find and allocated. Well, individuals who do not drink bourbon do not understand that concept and don't know how to play that game and are not interested in playing that game either. And so I asked them to keep in mind, make sure that you're choosing a few things that are easy to find. You can go into the store and generally find them on the shelf. I also asked them to understand that employees have a budget on what they can spend. And so, keep in mind lower price point bourbons, not going crazy and asking for $100, $150, $200 bourbons. So they all had a variety of items that they gave me. And so what I did was I narrowed the list down. They all gave me 3 to 4 is how many they gave me. And so I narrowed it down to the top 10 that had the most votes. And then I had a couple that tied, and so I picked the lower price of that, the price point. And so all of my top 10 fell under $60. And I ranked these by cost, not by how they won, but ranked by cost, which is MSRP in Ohio. So.
Well, it looks like you've got quite a selection staged off there to the left.
And I'm going to admit there is 2 I have yet to taste.
Really?
I have not. And
well, I know one of the 2 that you have not tasted.
I think there's at least one you haven't tasted, but I think you have probably had all the other ones.
Yep. And they came up with some good stuff, really.
Yeah. So first, I can't say first place. Number 1.
Price leader.
Price leader. Old Forester 100 proof. $23.99 in Ohio. An excellent choice for $23.99.
Absolutely, for $23.99.
It's 100 proof. It has the bourbon flavors that are common, like the caramels, the sweetness, the vanilla. Great buy for $23.99. So.
And I think you mentioned, I assume, these are all fairly easy to find.
Yeah, that was part of the deal. They had to give me easy to find. Now, if they happen to give me ones that are hard to find and they were allocated, I just didn't even include them on the list because I wanted easy to find ones. Okay. Mm-hmm. And number 2, I know this one is no stranger to our show.
It sure isn't.
And no, I did not ask Brian.
I had no input.
Number 2 is Bullet Orange Label. $27.99. Great value, great buy. I know it's delicious in cocktails. And I'm going to ask Brian to describe its flavors because he drinks it the most.
It's got the perfect amount of heat, I'll say. It's got some caramel flavor, a little bit of brown sugar in there. It's just a good daily sipper. And I'm not surprised to see this in the lineup because I know one of the leaders that Shona surveyed, her husband is who turned me on to this. So I'm not surprised to see that in the lineup at all. That's probably where that one came from.
Yeah. Hey, and I forgot to mention, right now, tonight, I am sipping the Old Forester 100 proof.
Nice. And
You can't tell yet. You can't say what you're sipping yet.
I can't?
No, because it's not pulled up yet. You have to wait. So,
Sorry. It's not Buffalo Trace.
No, it's absolutely not Buffalo Trace. The next one, the third option, Maker's Mark 46. It is Bill's recipe number 46 and aged in the French oak, $29.99.
And that's the one out of the stack I have not had.
This is also one I have not had, but I've heard, I just picked it up for the show. But I've heard so many good things about this that I am anxious to try it. I probably should have opened it and had it tonight instead of the Old Forester. But I'm anxious to try it. Everybody says it's so good. So those are the three that are in the $20 range. I have two that are in the $30 range. And the first one is Elijah Craig Small Batch for $33.99. When Bryan was first drinking, getting into drinking bourbon, this was definitely one of his go-tos. And it also, he's messing with the bottles, has the caramel, the brown sugar, kind of maple syrupy flavors to it that Bryan truly enjoys.
It really is a great pour. And at $33.99, that makes it even better pour, I think.
Yep. The fifth one on the list is one of Bryan and I's, both of our favorites, and it is one that a gentleman introduced Bryan to at the liquor store, and that is 1792 Small Batch.
Small Batch.
It is delicious. One of our go-to pours. So you see this is a new bottle. I had to pick up a new bottle because we do really enjoy that one. And for $33.99, you can't beat it. And so both the Elijah Craig and the 1792 Small Batch are $33.99.
I was going to say, that may be our third bottle of Small Batch.
Oh, I'm sure.
Since summer.
Yeah, it's really good. All right, now we're moving into the $40 range. And I kind of feel bad saying this is the $40 range because all three of these that I'm going to show you are $49.99. So you might as well say they're $50, but they're still in the 40s before you pay for tax here in Ohio. So $40 range. Again, you all know if you've watched this show that this has to be one of my favorites. Might not be Bryan's all-time favorite. I can't say it's my all-time favorite, but I pick it a lot in blinds.
And it's not an all-time favorite of mine, however, it is what's in my glass tonight.
Four Roses, single barrel. Delicious.
Very good. Very good.
But we did find out on a previous show that all single barrels are not the same when it comes to Four Roses.
That is correct.
The next one is Blade and Bow. This is also one I have not personally had. Bryan has had it, and I know that he really enjoyed it. What's really cool is the Blade and Bow comes with these little key ornaments, and they're numbered. I think there's 1 through 5.
1 through 5.
You can collect all 5. Do you get something? You can turn them in for something.
I think if you turn those into the distillery, I think you get a glass.
Yeah, so you can collect the keys and turn them in. Again, $49.99. It got a few votes, so I know it has to be really good, even though I've not had it myself. Bryan likes it.
And it's also important to note, I think, that at $49.99, it's just experienced a recent price decrease from $59.99.
Here in Ohio, yes.
So it was a good bottle at $59.99. It's a great value.
Even
at $49.99.
better at $49.99.
Absolutely.
So the next one on the list is one of everybody's favorites, I feel. Wild Turkey Rare Breed.
Rex is going to have a drink of water.
He's going to have a drink. Wild Turkey Rare Breed, $49.99. Great bottle. It is recommended by so many people. I don't think you could go wrong buying this Wild Turkey product.
So many people will recommend anything Wild Turkey, really. And we've had good luck with the product line here on the show.
Yes. Now we're going to move into the $50 range. The first one, Angelzy for $50.99. And I also know this is one of Bryan's go-to, and well, especially when he was first drinking bourbon, because it is 86.6 proof. So it's a lower proof point, great for a beginner bourbon drinker. So if you have that boss that is just beginning to like bourbon, this one is a great pick because it's not super hot, just mellow, a lot of good flavors.
And that's
very enjoyable.
And that's true. That's for a lower proof bourbon, there are some flavors in there. So, and without all the heat, somebody new to bourbon can learn to pick those flavors out without just frying your palate.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And last, but definitely not least, and probably number one on my list.
I can't even believe it.
Most all the time.
Can't believe that made the list.
Woodford Double, $55.99. Delicious bourbon. It has the slight oakiness that I love about it. It's a little sweet, but it's more on the drier. It don't have a lot of sweetness to it, and it's just full of caramels and a little bit of spice. It's just it's so enjoyable. I can't even describe how enjoyable it is. I see
that's a new bottle.
It is a new bottle, yes. It's 90.4 proof. So again, it's also a great beginner's bourbon. It's a little bit expensive, just like the Angelzy for a beginner bourbon, because there's a lot cheaper ones to get your palate started drinking bourbon. But it's just this smooth, nice, all-around drinking bourbon. And it happens to normally win on my blinds.
And I can tell you that Shona is one that likes to share. She likes to share all her stuff. However, this bottle, I can assure you, will not be going to Thanksgiving dinner.
No. I have a nice Magnum bottle of wine that's going to be going to Thanksgiving dinner because I am a wine girl as well.
That sounds like an oxymoron, a nice Magnum bottle of wine.
Yep, it is. It's the big one. So hey, if you're out there looking for a gift for your boss, we would highly recommend all 10 of these based on the survey results that we got from other leaders in the field. And I'm not talking about just, I surveyed a lot of leaders, 24, that were not just here in Ohio. They were outlying areas as well. And I was shocked at how similar, I will tell you, like the Wild Turkey Rare Breed, the Woodford Double, the Four Roses, the Maker's Mark, all of them got multiple votes, but those ones got the most votes. And so I don't feel like you can go wrong with any of these because it's not like I picked one little whiskey club and asked them. I surveyed a lot of people around that, don't talk to one another. So great choices.
They really are. I mean, there isn't anything on that list short of the Maker's Mark 46 that I have not had. I'm sure it's wonderful. Other than that, there isn't anything on that list that I would turn my nose up at.
Nope.
And I'm sure, like I said, I won't turn it up at the Maker's Mark either, but I just can't. I haven't had it, so we'll probably fix that soon.
We will fix it soon, very soon.
Okay, so is that all you've got for us?
That is. So if you liked what you saw and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. We have a 500 giveaway coming up. Where are we at right now?
We are at 337.
Okay, so currently we're at 337 subscribers. Once we get to 500 subscribers, we will be randomly selecting. There will be a drawing where you have to enter for a bottle of Stag. So you'll definitely want to help us get to 500 so that you can get a chance to win a bottle of Stag.
And I think it's going to go fast, guys. Shona first announced that just a few days ago. We were at 301, so it's coming.
Yeah, hopefully we get there before the holidays so that someone can win a bottle of Stag for Christmas.
Yeah.
Which would make a great gift also. It's allocated, hard to find, but I can guarantee you if you won that and gave that to your boss, you're going to get some brownie points.
Oh, absolutely. Not sure that I would give that to my boss.
No, probably not. I'd probably keep that for myself.
Okay, so I don't think we'll have another show prior to Thanksgiving.
We will not.
So we hope that you and your family enjoy the holiday and enjoy spending some time together.
We do. Thank you guys. We are appreciative to each and every one of you that has helped grow our channel so far. We've enjoyed the journey, and we look forward to keep doing it in the year to come.
Absolutely. So have a great Thanksgiving, everyone, and be safe.
Thanks.